Good afternoon, my name is Mike Oren. This is PMA 3, and today we're going over my reflection video with the topic of mobile applications. Today we're going to be discussing what I've learned about mobile applications, web-based mobile applications rather. We haven't done a lot of them in my previous courses, such as visual frameworks. Usually they were native applications. We did use a couple of web-based applications just for examples, but we didn't really go too much into developing for them. I learned a few things that were in favor of mobile web applications as opposed to native applications, such as they're instantly accessible. You don't have to download an application. You just type in an address and you can access the application immediately. They're compatible right off the bat as long as you have your browser that's compatible with the application. You don't have to worry about fragmentation, different versions of a native operating system interfering with displaying the application, opening the application, running the application. You can upgrade and edit the application, and those edits and new features that you add are immediately available as soon as you save your edits. You don't have to worry about users checking the App Store or Google Play Store for a update, and you don't have to worry about users running software that isn't up to date, a couple of versions behind. Those are always going to be immediately available as soon as you click save on the mobile web application. Really, the only time that you would want to use an actual application versus a web-based for gaming, something like something that you would use often, refer to often, like my alarm clock app, for instance. I wouldn't want that as a mobile-based application. First of all, it needs hardware access, which you can't usually access very often in a mobile application. A mobile web application, they're getting better. You can start, accessing your phone for links, accessing SMS. But as far as other hardware features such as camera, mobile web-based applications aren't really good for that. And I usually only use web-based mobile applications for honestly, Facebook is the only thing that really comes to mind, and that's only because the last few updates for Facebook have been awful. On my Galaxy S4, the application will just freeze and become unusable, and the only real way to get access to it is using a mobile web-based application. Not the most convenient, it's not the prettiest. The Facebook application definitely looks more polished on the native application, but it's useless if it doesn't work. Other applications come to mind. Most of them would be native in my case. Most of the applications I use are native, unless I'm going to a website, but that's just a normal website application. But that's really what I've learned so far about web-based mobile applications. They are a lot easier to maintain and upgrade and roll out new features. But then there's some instances where you would want a mobile native application, especially something that needs access to your camera, sometimes access to your address book or whatever. So yeah, that's Mike Oren signing out on the reflection video for PMA 3. Have a good one, guys.